about today is a question and answer session. I want you to ask me questions about robotic settings, about the robot, not about trading. For me, I don't teach trading. I don't think anyone has ever seen me doing market analysis or teaching you candlesticks and all that. No, 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 don't ask me those questions. Ask me about robotic settings. Eh? What is confusing you about the robots? I want you to drop questions in the inbox here. Okay? Today is a question and answer session because people are having a lot of questions about this robot. They are seeing a lot of futures they are not understanding. Today is the day. So please, I want you to drop those questions in the chat and I break them. Any question you are having, many people are not understanding a lot of things. They're not understanding cycle. They're not understanding one shot. They don't know what is the whole warehouse meaning. They don't know. They're like, now what is sub-bin? And then there is sub-bin in real time. Those are the things I want. I want you to ask me any question about the robotic setting, about your robot. What are you not understanding about the robot? It might not even be about robotic setting. It might be about fuel. Someone might be like, I don't understand this asset stuff. What is it? Why is it that there is withdrawal? I've never withdrawn here. I'm just depositing. So I'm ready for your questions. Question and answer session today. Go in the chat, write the question you have. Go in the chat, write any question you have about the robot. I'm ready to answer. Any questions? Any questions? I need questions. Go in the chat, tap chat, write your question there. Go in the chat, write your question there. What do you want to learn about the robot? Okay. What do you want to learn about the robot? Put your questions there. I'm waiting. Put your questions there. I'm waiting. Okay. Any questions? Okay. I'm not seeing questions. Okay, let me tap chat. There is a message. iPhone is asking, how can I get to know of whole position take profit ratio and profit callback? Please buy in callback. Okay. Thank you so much. iPhone is asking a question. iPhone is asking a question that how can I get to know of whole position take profit ratio and profit callback? So he's asking about a whole position take profit ratio, a callback, profit callback, and a buy-in callback. Let me explain those three things. Let me share my screen here. Keep dropping questions, by the way. Keep dropping questions. When we go to our robots, here, these are the robotic settings. So my friend is asking, what is a whole position take profit ratio? What is a whole position take profit callback? And what is a buy-in? What do these three things mean? I think that is the question, right? Let me start with the whole position take profit ratio. Now, when you enter any trade, ZEM, stop USDT, that is the trade. When you enter that trade, the robot first puts this money, the first buy in, amount. Whatever money you had put there, or the $15, $20, $100, whatever. Then it starts to buy margin calls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to infinity. Eh? Now, what is the whole position take profit ratio? The first buying amount and the first 4 margin calls. This is what we call whole position. The first buying amount, the money the robot had injected in this trade first, that first money it puts in a trade. Then the first margin call, the second, the third, and the fourth, the robot sells them as a whole. That's what we are seeing here. Whole position take a profit ratio. So if I had put here that the whole position take profit ratio is 3%, it's like I'm telling my robot, I want to sell all these buys at 3%. Starting from the 5th, 6th, 7th, 7th, 8th, all of these are sold independently. This can be sold independently, this, up to infinity. Am I communicating? But the first buying amount, the first money the robot injects in a trade, the first call, the first margin call, the second margin call, the third and the fourth are collected as a whole. These guys are sold at 1. These ones. So any percentage you put there, the robot will sell all them at once. Now, what's a whole position take profit callback? What is a callback? If I had told my robot that sell at 3%, and this is the level of 3%, let's assume this coin has been moving up, then it hits my target of 3%. The robot won't sell instantly because it has hit the 3%. Do you know what the robot does? It waits because it thinks that maybe this coin is still moving up to 4%, maybe. So that's why you might tell your robot to sell at 3% and you find it selling at 3.5. It's because of that callback. Now, what's a callback? Let's assume it had hit the 4% level. After hitting here, then the coin starts to come back down. When the coin starts to come back down, the percentage you had put as a callback, for me, I always put 0.01%. 0.01%. For me, this is what I always do. You get my point. For me, that's what I always do. 0.01%. So the robot, let's assume, if you had put, by default, there is 0.3, not so? So if there is 0.3 and you didn't change it, the robot will count. When the market hits 4, for example, and it starts to go down, the robot will count 0.3%. When it counts that the market is coming back down, equivalent to 0.3%, the robot will sell there. So that means the robot will sell this trade at 3.7%. Because now 4 minus 0.3 is 3.7%. That's what we call a take profit callback. So my advice is when you are making your settings, make sure that the take profit the take profit callback is 0.01%. Why? We don't want our robot to delay. The callback is very important. But for me, I want my robot to sell instantly. The moment I tell it to sell at 3%, and it decides to keep going with the market up to 4%, it's okay. But please don't come back. Sell there. If it hits 4% and then the market just shakes as if it is coming down with just 0.01, sell there. That's what I want. Now, what's a buying callback? This is what we call a buying callback. When the market is coming down and you are telling your robot to buy margin calls, these are margin calls in levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, a buying callback, whatever percentage you had put there by default, it is at 0.5%. If you told your robot that in the first margin call, buy it when it hits 2%. When the market goes down 2%, buy my first margin call. But if the market is coming from up and it hits the 2% you had told it, the robot waits to buy because the market might be still moving down, maybe to 3%. Now, when it is 3% and then it starts seeing the market coming back up, it will count this 0.5, then it will buy there. So you might find your robot telling it to buy at 2%, but it had bought at 2.5% negative. In other words, these callbacks, now let me explain the callback. These callbacks, it is the technology of the robot to make sure that we make more of the, we make more profits. In other words, more profits. Why? It is making sure that we sell at the best price and we buy at the best price. That's why the robot has what we call delays, because a callback means a delay. For me, I've ever worked in downtown. I told you in my vacation, I remember those days when I was still young. I worked with my uncle in the downtown. We were selling jewelry, ladies' jewelries, earrings, nose pin, mouth pin, button pin. How do they call this thing? Because this hole on a stomach. Is it a button? People who did biology, are you in class? We are selling all those stuff, earring, what and what. But this is what I usually did. When my uncle tells me that we're going to sell this necklace at 15,000 shillings, for me, I could sell it at 35. When a lady comes, she says, you know what's up? I have a party on Saturday. I need the purple necklace. And then I have it. I bring it. I show it to her. I remove it in the case. I make sure I make her wear it. I give her the mirror. I'm like, you know what's up? You are very smart. This will work for you for sure. And since you are of this color, it's really, really looking very beautiful. She will like it. She will like it to take it. Like how much? I'm like, it is just 35. Oh, that's a lot of price. Yes, it is, because it's very beautiful just as you are. You know what's up? The lady will buy it at 35,000. So that means I have increased the 20,000 of the previous price, which my boss told me. This is what the same robot is doing. It's a callback. You tell your robot sell at 2%, you're finding it selling at 5%. It is doing what Usaamah was doing in downtown. You get my point. Now, a buy callback. It's like telling your worker, hey, please go and buy these necklaces at 9,000 somewhere. Then for you, go and look for another shop where they are selling it at 5,000. And then you come and tell your boss, I found a shop where they are selling it at 5,000. How will the boss feel? They will be happy. That's why we are very happy about this robot. It is making sure that it buys at the best price and sells at a best price still. Have you understood the callbacks? Callbacks are understood? Mark is saying stomach happy. Mark, get serious. Markley, that is not possible. Where are the questions? You people, we are in a question and answer session. I need questions here in the chat. Unless you are saying, I'm talking to V6s, I'm talking to V5s, I'm talking to guys who have really mastered the art of this robot. Otherwise, I need questions. What is that question you are asking yourself about this robot? You are not really understanding. Tap chat, write your question there. Agambe sina chibuzo. Sina question because I came late. No. Coming late, I have not taken any topic. You just write a question you have about the robot. What do you want to understand about this robot? Which is really not clear. You are not understanding it at all. That question, you type it there in the chat. We move. That's our training today. Because I realize people have a lot of things. Sometimes even we who are trainers, we need to train things which are on demand. What do you really want to learn? It's what we want to focus on. You get the point? We don't just want to give you what we want. We can also give you what you need. Eh? Okay, iPhone is asking, talk about the strategy mode. Talk about of the strategy modes you talked of. What's the buying callback percentage? A callback depends on a trend of a coin, by the way. Let me explain this. A callback depends on a trend. When we are in an uptrend, like we are last month and this month, the buying callback, for me, I make it 0.1 or at most 0.3%. But when a trend is going down, make the buying callback 0.5%. So that the robot delays in buying because coins are moving down so fast. But we are going in a bullish market. So I think this is not necessary. You can use this as callbacks. 0.1 or 0.3 or 0.2. You get the point? Because markets are going up. Because if the market is going up and your callback is big, your robot won't buy repeatedly. It will be delaying a lot. Hence, but however, that only works for us if the market is going down. For example, Bitcoin is at 36,000 and it had come back to 20,000. Then you need a very big callback. You can even put 1%. But right now the market is going up. I advise stay with 0.1. Okay. Now we are going to look at the strategy mode. My friend is asking, what do these strategy modes mean? When you tap strategy mode, when you are going to trade, in most cases, we always switch to sub-bin real time, but people are not understanding what do these things mean. And so people are not understanding it at all. What do these guys mean? We have three strategy modes. We have what we call wall warehouse mode. We have sub-bin mode. We have sub-bin real-time mode. Sub-bin real-time settlement. Now, let me explain this. The first one, wall warehouse. Okay? What does a wall warehouse mean? I think up here, I had drawn margin calls. Here, I drawn margin calls. Are you seeing these margin calls? Huh? Okay. Okay. These are the margin calls, for example. I have put a trade and I have 8 margin calls. When I put the strategy model in wall warehouse, do you know what the robot will do? It will buy these margin calls as I had put settings. But you know what's up? Starting from the 5th, it will not sell it independently. Even the 6th, even the 7th, it will sell all of these guys at once. So the whole trade will become a whole position. In other words, the robot is buying margin calls, but it will never sell them until once. It will sell all these guys at once. And let me tell you a secret. Whole warehouse is the most profitable. It is the most profitable. Why? If I had designed my settings and they are 8%, they are 8 margin calls, and they were covering 20%, let's assume. If I was trading Ethereum and it's at $1,000, that means I have kept buying Ethereum until it hit $800 and I was still buying. So I was buying at a cheaper price. Now, when Ethereum comes back, I sell it at once. This will give me crazy profits. But you know what's up? It is for the patient. That's why default settings are in Wall Warehouse. And Wall Warehouse works best when you do what we call double ups. Eh? What does that mean? If the first margin call, the robot put in $20, the second margin call, the robot puts 40. The third margin call, the robot puts 80. The fifth margin call, the robot puts 160. The sixth margin call, the robot puts how much? How much is that? 320? So like the money keeps on growing. Why? If the market goes down, you double the buys. Someone who's trading like this, they will make crazy money. But hey, it needs patience in most cases if the market drops. Because remember, your robot won't sell these margin calls until the coin comes up and it sells at once. So I advise this trading strategy to only people who are having very many pairs, over 50 pairs. If you are on the robot and you have over 50 pairs, use this strategy to make for you crazy, crazy, crazy profits. But the rest, let's leave it. It won't work for us. You are trading with $1,000, $100, my brother, you sleep. $300, you are not qualified for the meeting. $3,000, don't think about it. $10,000, hey, don't. So this is for the rich, if I may say. People who have very many pairs are the people I recommend this strategy. It is the best. You people, you should know. It makes the more profits. Why? Because the robot is buying coins at a cheaper price and it is doubling the income. Remember, in the first buying amount, it had put $20, let's assume. But the more it keeps buying down, it is doubling this money. That is one. Or have we understood Wall Warehouse? It buys differently and sells at once. Then we have Subbean mode. What is Subbean mode? Subbean mode means the robot is buying differently and sells differently, but it will make sure that, let me explain this. The robot buys and sells, but it doesn't show you the profits. It uses that profit to decrease the negative of that coin until it sells the whole coin. Then it will show you the profits you have made. It's also a very good strategy. Okay. Then lastly, we have Subbean real time. I recommend this to majority. Why? Subbean real time means, let's go back to our margin calls. Let's go back to our margin calls. These are our margin calls. Now, with our margin calls, the robot is buying. It puts in the first buying amount. It puts the first margin call, second, third, fourth. Remember, we said these are whole. The robot sells them at once. Then, starting from the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, the robot is selling them independently. This is what the robot does. If it had bought the first, second, third, fourth margin calls and these guys are sold at once, from the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, this is what the robot is doing. Let's assume the market has been coming down. Let me even use red if the market is coming down. Now the market is coming down. Now, if it buys the 5th margin call and this, it had bought it here, and then this margin call goes up. For example, 1.3%. The robot will sell it. Then it comes down, it buys the sixth one. If it goes up, it sells it. When it comes down, it buys the seventh one, the eighth one, the ninth one. Then the market starts going up. It will sell this, it will sell this, and sell this. So in other words, sabo being real time for me is my best strategy. Even if I have a lot of capital, I cannot trade wall warehouse. For what? I need this. For me, I need cash every time. I need money. Why would I have to wait for a trade? I need money. So even if I have 100 margin calls, I would put them in sabo being real time. Hey, please give me money. You know what's up? This is how the trade moves. We can have, for example, Acro. Okay? Acro as our trade. Okay? But this is what Acro is doing. This is resistance. People who know trading, this is support. Have you ever seen coins moving like this? When they hit that level, they come down. When they hit this level, they go up. When they hit this level, they come down. How do we call that? It's a ranging market. Sabo being real time will make you crazy profits in such markets, and they appear all the time. It will buy, sell, for example. Then when it reaches this point where there is resistance, the coin cannot pass this level. The market will be dumped. It will come down. Now, as it is coming down, the robot is buying margin calls. Let's assume 10 of them. But after buying margin calls, then there reaches a level where there is support, and then the market starts to go up. Do you know what the robot is doing? It starts selling these margin calls. As it reaches the other point, then it starts to come down. So it is repeating the process. Buying and selling. Buying and selling. So my advice is be in sabo being in real time. It will make for you crazy profits more than any other mode. Even if you're a rich man, you have a lot of cash, you're trading with $200,000, stay in the sabo being in real time. It will make for you more sense than any other strategy. Because this guy gives you money every day, every time the robot is selling and giving you profits. My advice would be stay with this strategy. Okay? Never, ever, ever trade in any other strategy. Never. According to my knowledge right now, this is the best to give you in real time. My brother, have you understood the strategy modes? Okay. What is the best buying callback? I already said that. 0.01, 0.1 to 3. Does the robot allow you to trade with one margin call? Yes. Why not? One margin call means you don't have money. If you don't have money, what will you do? Let's assume I'm trading with only $30. How many margin calls should I have? One, of course. First buying amount, 15. First margin call, 15. My capital is done. And then there are crazy people who have $1,000 and they have one margin calls. First buying amount, $500. First margin call, $500. Hey, you've been floating loss soon. So it's okay to trade with one margin call, Jerem. The robot allows you. What I know it doesn't allow, it is zero margin call. Let's try it and see. Let's go to the trade settings. Then margin call limit, we put 0. Let me see whether it accepts. It doesn't. So the robot doesn't allow you to trade with 0 margin call. Hello, Papa. Thanks for the training. Take us through margin configuration and buying ratio. Lexi is asking us to go through the margin configuration. I think is one, he or she. What are you, she or he? Lex is saying he wants to understand the margin configuration. Let's assume my margin calls are 10. What you put here as margin calls, it's what will appear in the margin configuration. I had put 10, they give me 10. If I put 7, they'll give me 7 margin calls. You get the point? What I put there is what they give me here. Now, what is here? What is margin configuration? Margin configuration. Let me first talk to my prospect. I think he wants to activate. So I was saying that margin configuration. What a margin configuration? Margin configuration, this is the engine of the robot, if I may say, or the gearbox. Do we have drivers in the room? This is the gearbox of the robot, the gearbox. These are the orders the robot follows to move. If you put them wrongly, it will take you to the swamp. This is the gearbox. What are the call drops? A call drop, it is a percentage for each margin call. The robot is asking, on the first margin call, how much what percentage do you want me to buy? By default, these are default settings. These are default settings. The default setting are saying the first margin call, 3.5. If I'm trading a coin and it drops 3.5, my robot buys again. Have you seen what I told you here? These are the times. The times of money the robot injects in a trade. Are you seeing that it is doubling on every trade? On every new buy, it is doubling the money. Those are the default settings. They are the best, by the way. Now, first call. If I put here that buy at 1%, if I'm trading XRP and it goes down 1%, you will see the robot buying again. What are the times? These are the times of the first buying amount. If my first buying amount is $15 and I put 2 times, that means the robot will inject in $30 because 2 times 15 is 30. If leave it as 4, that means it will put $60. It is doubling the money. So you must put these ratios according to your capital. This is what I do. When I'm having $500 and I divide by the number of margin calls I have, for example, 20. I'll put my first buying amount as the answer I've got there, 25. 25 will become my first first buying amount. When I come in margin configuration, I'll just put here 1 times because I want my robot to be injecting in $25 on every drop, on every new buy when the market goes down, because I know that 25 times 20 margin calls makes $500, which is my capital. So if my robot goes down 20 times, buying with the $25, my $500 will be already in the market. That's how we design these margin configurations. Even the percentages, you must make sure that from one first call to the 7th call, they are covering at least 40% drop. 40%. So if we go to calculator here, I'm getting drops. I get 40 divided by my 7 margin calls. That means every drop, it might be dropping at 5%. 5.7? 5.7%. Why am I saying 40%? When you are trading, you must have an insurance because these markets you are trading, man, they are not your friend. Do you see that Bitcoin is at 36,000? You can wake up tomorrow and it's at 22,000. And you have coins which are in floating loss of 90%. I have seen that happening. So when we are trading, you must be very cautious. Don't be moody. Don't be so emotional. I'm seeing these days the market is moving up. People are very happy. They are jumping like white ants. They no longer trade with margin calls. They are putting all the money in first buying amount. Someone is having $1,000 and 1,000 is the first buying amount with the one margin call, which is not even planned. Don't worry. Very soon, you might be in floating loss. What if Bitcoin goes down to $33,000, and you are trading a certain funny coin, CFX? CFX alone will be like 50% negative. But if you had planned your margin calls very well, you would be still in the business. So please trade with the margin calls. Rule number one in trading with no margin calls is bad manners. When did you last hear that word? I think in primary too. Have we understood the margin configuration, bro? Please explain highest first price, first position drop in cycle strategy period. This is because I have a problem whenever I set cycle trade, hence buying at current previous price manually after a sale. Whenever I set a cycle trade, hence buying at current price manually after a sale. Now, when we are trading cycle gives here two options. Are you seeing cycle? When you are in one shot, they remove them. When you tap cycle, they bring them. When you tap on highest first price, there is information icon. They are saying that highest first price means after the cycle strategy ends, when you are trading XRP and it sells the whole positions, you remember them, the first buying amount and the first four margin calls. After the robot selling the whole positions, if the latest market price is higher than the price, if the latest market price is higher than the price, the system will set the price as the first preset by any price of the strategy. When the latest market price falls to the set price, it will trigger a reopening. What I understand by this, it's like you are putting, for example, I'm trading XRP and I put 0.8, for example. It's like I'm telling my robot that please, we are in cycle, but you have to keep buying at this price. So it's like you are setting a preset price whenever the robot sells a whole position, but it waits a little bit to buy again until it falls back on that price. You get my point? If I'm trading, you will only buy when Bitcoin comes back to this price and you put in that same price. Okay? When you are trading cycle with such a strategy, for me, my advice would be use the first position drop instead, not prices. After the cycle strategy ends, the system will calculate the price at which the take profit transaction price of the previous round of strategy falls by the set percentage. If the price is lower than the highest first price, the system will set the price as the, these things are confusing, but let me make them very simple. First position drop. If I tell my robot that I'm trading acro in cycle, but whenever you sell the whole positions, buy when acro falls back 3%. When you're trading this in cycle, you realize that after a sale, the robot creates its own preset buy price. Here, let me show you where it happens. Are you seeing here? First preset buying price, the robot will be setting it automatic. Itself, it will calculate and do it automatic. That after selling acro, bepaba, buy it only when it falls down again 3%. Then the robot will put the first preset in buying price itself automatic. And that's how it is. I think that is the easiest. Then they are the first one of prices. Prices, it will need you to calculate a lot. My advice would be use percentage drops. First position drop. No, have I answered you, brother? And then you have said, because when you're trading cycle, you have to keep on. That is not cycle. I don't know. We will need to check that very well, because cycle means after selling, buy again, automatic. After selling, buy again, automatic. Juliet is asking, leader, talk about cycle trading. Cycle trading, let me talk. Cycle trading means these people. You people, I'm needed, eh? Hey, I need to do activations now. Let me first finish. Leader, talk about cycle trading. Cycle trading means when the robot buys, it sells. It keeps doing the same thing automatically until infinity. Like when I'm putting a trading cycle, it never goes out. Right now, I'm trading XRP in cycle. I'm trading WLD in cycle. I'm trading LTC in cycle. I'm trading even Acro in cycle. I'm trading Link in cycle. Not all coins you put them in cycle. I'm giving you a list of them. When you really trade them in cycle, they will give you peace. And you will not miss opportunities of such trades, because we miss a lot of trades in the night. We miss a lot of trades during daytime when we are busy. But if your trades are in cycle, you won't miss any single coin in the marketplace. So I advise everyone, learn cycle trading the right way. Have margin calls, many of them, with a very good call drop. Put your robot in cycle, go enjoy. Okay? Otherwise, a lot of you are missing signals. They put signal at 9 in the morning, for you are seeing it at 12. And unfortunately, you put it. That's why you are in floating losses. So I think Psycho have understood it, my dear. Which coins could be created? Okay, I've given you even that before reading it. I've given you some of those coins. Okay? When you are doing Psycho, some of the coins, we first check them on the trading view. For me, what I use a Gatli predictor indicator. It shows me where this coin is going. For example, it shows me that, let me look for XRP. I recommend it highly. It's really going to do very well. You see, XRP is going at 1 point. I remember my first training here, training you about Psycho. I give you a list of coins. And one of the coins which has delivered us very well is INJ. We started trading it, and I told people INJ is going at $12. Did it hit it? Actually, right now it's at 17. So XRP is going at $1.2. So if I put it in cycle, it is even halfway on the journey. If I put it in cycle, I'm pretty sure where it's going. Now, when it hits $1.1, then I put it in one shot and I leave that project. I don't know when it's going to hit there. It might even hit there in March next year. But you know how much you have enjoyed from it by the time it hits its target? Because remember, this coin, however it's going up, but it is having ups and downs. Are you seeing them? The ups and downs. Those are margin calls. Those are margin calls. Whenever it comes down, you are buying. Whenever it comes up. For example, let me show you here. Are you seeing this drop? This drop happened. I want to see the date. It happened last month on 3rd. Let us calculate the range. It went from here to here. The market dropped 13%. If you had margin calls, your robot would have bought a lot of margin calls. And you know what's up? After that drop, the market went up to here. And it is still moving. I have a very good friend. He put money in this trade. Where is Orishawa? Are you in the meeting today? He was panicking. This coin has gone down. I was like, don't worry, because of this. Are you seeing this red candle? This red candle was buying margin calls. It bought margin calls. And you know what's up? It is back again. Psycho is good, by the way. I think that's the reason why we bought robots. Robots to work for us. You give a robot a trade, go and work, go and do your things. Come back when you have made money. You don't need to be on your robot all the time, injecting in trades. For what? Your robot was designed to make for you money, and you go and look for capital. Okay? And in most importantly, when the bull run hits officially, we are all going to put our trades in cycle. Why? Because the robot will be buying automatic. We will be knowing with the trend of the market. Okay? Let me see another question. Okay. It seems my messages are corrupted. My brother, it's like I saw someone texting and writing a message, and I'm not seeing it. Okay, Noah, thank you so much for understanding that. Questions are over, I think. I think no more questions. I'm not seeing questions anymore. So thank you so much for attending, please. I hope we have learned something today. If we have learned something today, that is really fantastic. That is really fantastic. I can tell you that we are in the right business. We are doing the right kind of trading. Our trading is very secure. People out there losing money. They are trading funny stuffs. They are losing their capital. They are losing money. Here, it's not the case. Our money is safe. Our money is intact, and our money is giving profits. I want to advise you, all my friends who are using robots, please understand your robot and how it operates. Then another thing, please take away your feelings from the market. If you do that, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. People have money, but because they are seeing a certain coin pumping, they want to inject all their money in that trade. Don't worry. Very soon you are going to have tears. Let the robot do its job. That's why you bought it. Let the robot do its job. Have margin calls. Go and work. You look for capital. We need a lot of money. But you are struggling. You are disturbing the robot with just $100. Come on. You need 10,000. Go out and look for money. Or share the link. Please share the link of the robot. Don't be selfish. We are all here because of we are all here because of the what? Okay, we are all here because of the result of Royal Q link. I was given this link by a friend called Dr. Friend. That's why I'm in the business. Julius Kawanda was given a link by a friend. That's why he's in the business and has made it. Why are you very selfish with the link? You think people don't have money? You think people can't like this kind of trading? Who can't like it for sure? Who doesn't want to buy something which makes money for them? Okay. I have a friend who joined me, but he has been saying this business for 1 year now. I talked to him last year in December. I was telling him about trading. He was really fearing. He was good. He was scared. I think he had invested in scams and he lost money. He kept following me. On Monday, he decided to activate his robot with good capital. The guy is trading with 10M. But from Monday to date, he is making consistently 100,000 Ugandan shillings. Consistently. The problem people have when they are trading with the 10M, they want to make 700,000 every day. That's why they are making mistakes. They are jumping on pumping coins. They are putting their all money in the first buying amount. They are really panicking. Then one day, boom, a certain coin touches their money for 3 months. How many people are in Acro? It's because of such mistakes, by the way. But if you trade with a strategy, if you trade with the margin calls, your robot will be giving you consistent residual income and you will never be out of market. I want you to imagine you are trading with the 10M and you are trading over 7 coins at a time. 7 coins at a time. You're trading very well, smartly, with no emotions. You let the robot do its work. We are going to make money. That's my advice, please. Share the link, look for capital, start trading. Share the link, look for capital, start trading. Share the link, look for capital, start trading. When you do that, you're going to make crazy money. You're going to make 100% of your profits. The people you are sharing the link to, they will join you, you make the money. They will be trading, you will make the money. And then another thing, you won't buy fuel. You'll be trading for free. You get my point? Otherwise, thank you so much for attending. Please have a great time. See you at the top. Let's go and rock it. Have a great time.